Hey everybody, this is Ron with our DIY Homestead, and today we're going to be putting up our greenhouse, which we're actually going to be calling our fish house, because eventually it's going to turn into an aquaponics part of our property. We're going to start out with hydroponics, and I'll bring you along with that. We're going to be building building the hydroponics out of 275-gallon totes, so it'll be nice, hopefully, and we wanted to bring you along on the journey. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is set up our greenhouse. I've already staked out an area where we're going to have it, and I will bring you over there and show you that right now. And it is on the side of our house. Oops, too much of the grass there. And right here is where we're going to have it. I did have to move our wood pile over a little bit, no big deal. I staked out the corners so we can guesstimate where the edges are going to be. I've got everything laid out, ready to go. The size is going to be a 10 by 20, 6 foot tall, which will be perfect for what we want. So we'll have tarps around or over the top of it, and we'll wrap it in the winter time to keep it enclosed. And yeah, it's going to be a fun project. Let's get going. Okay, we're back at it, and before I put up the netting, which is next on the list, I just thought I'd show you the hardware that came with this. Technically it's a chicken run, but we're creating an aquaponics, hydroponics area. But yeah, it's got actually came with some gloves. I was mentioning earlier about pinching your fingers and whatnot, and unfortunately my hands are so big they don't fit in these gloves that they send. We've got some wire here that will stitch the seam lines of the netting, give you a wrench to put the door hardware together. We got some stakes to stake it down to the ground. I'll probably be putting in longer and heavier duty ones. I got some bungees for the tarp, and I got a packet of supposed to be 250 zip ties to tie it down to the framework. So yeah, it's pretty well set up. Shouldn't need much else. One more little tidbit before we get started. When I unroll the chicken wire, I know a lot of you have unrolled fresh roll of chicken wire, and it comes rolled in a roll of wire, and it's very hard to get off of there sometimes, but I always save it and recycle it. It's not as heavy duty as what they sent with it for stitching the seams together, but it'll work in a pinch for some other project. So again, let's get started. As I'm taking the roll of wire, I'm actually going to clamp it to the bottom rail, and then I'll go up over the top to the other side, and then I'll come back and I'll zip tie this side walk back over to the other side, pull it tight, zip tie it down, then I'll cut it. And then I'll move over and do the same thing to the next row. I'll get all the rows on, and then I'll come back and I'll stitch the seams, and then start zip tying down to the rails. Every rail, I'm going to zip tie the snot out of this thing just to make sure nothing gets in and nothing gets out. Not that we're going to have any animals in there, but well, got all the netting up. Hope you can hear me. The wind has picked up and the temperature has dropped, and it's probably down around 40 degrees now. So yeah, but it's done. I just got it zip tied for now. I'm going to come back in and stitch the seams, and yeah, we'll be ready for the next project, which will be the hydroponics, and that will be in the next video, and we will see you then.